Hi, I'm Mr. Krabs. Welcome to 20 Minutes Underground. Nom 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 nom. What's this? Come on. What is this? Yum. Yum.
Boobies.
Look. Get it off.
I like boobies. I like.
Hey, inbred. I'm gonna be ordering from Giovanni's here. I'm freaking starving. Thinking about like large Sicilian with sausage. They don't have squirrels, so don't even ask.
Well, I want some squirrel, but we'll figure that out here in a minute. Let's do this video thing here real quick.
We gotta answer the questions now.
Yeah, I reckon.
Pick the winners or whatever the heck they are. Alright, we'll do it. Alright, you turds. Here are the winners for this week's top 3 comments. We're gonna be giving away some calcium for your geckos and lizards and all that fun stuff. Some free crap for you guys. Enjoy it. Merry friggin' Christmas. First up, we've got Deja Vu in Blue. What a stupid name.
I love that name.
Although we do like him because he says that his favorite TV host, commentator, guys or whatnot is Underground Reptiles. Haha, thumbs up for that one. You knew you were gonna win with that answer. He writes about how we actually have an impact on some of the little turds that he teaches in school. We're happy to help you out, especially Moody Booty. I relate really well with the kids, which reminds me, this week I'm giving a special hello to my good friends Kiki and Cammy. Hey guys, I know you guys like your Moody Booty, pal. I like you too. But Deja Vu and Blue, you're gonna win some calcium. We're happy to help the little kids in any way possible in giving them education and making them laugh. And then he goes on to also mention this guy, Dave Durham, who's some sort of lizard whisperer. He can call lizards. I can call lizards too. I normally do it like this. Here, Lizzie, Lizzie. Or sometimes I'll tie my Aunt Maria's lasagna around my ankles so that the lizards come. She makes really good lasagna. But I thought that guy Dave Durham, isn't he also the guy that talks to those dolls, or he makes the dolls talk to him in some way, like ventrilo something? You know what I'm talking about, guys. Moving on. Next winner this week is Evan Bulkeo, whatever your name is. He actually likes this guy Jason White from Reptiles 411 on Fauna Classifieds. Says he does a pretty good job. I take it you're talking about that long-haired hippie guy. I like to keep my hair short. I'm more of a traditional New Yorker. We're not into those hippies, but no offense, Jason. I'm sure you're a good commentator. I know that guy Ryan B's always on the Fauna Classifieds listening to you and posting on your site or whatnot. So Evan Bulkeo, whatever your name is, you're this week's winner. And you'll get some free calcium in the mail. And finally, and this is Moody Booty's personal favorite, comes from the Fish Guy 86. The Fish Guy 86 tells us about the worst internet TV show being 20 Minutes Underground. I agree, they suck. Who cares about them anyways? But then he goes on, and I don't know what possessed him to do this, to make disparaging comments about yours truly, Moody Booty, who everybody on internet land absolutely loves and adores. Wouldn't you agree, inbred?
Nah, I think you suck.
Shut up. Anyways, he makes some pretty nasty comments about me, which I did not take kindly to, and I wrote him a personal message you guys can read on this week's internet, YouTube, TV thingy, majiggy, whatever. I don't care. Anyways, next time you make comments about me, I'll be on you in a New York minute. You can bet your butt on that one, buddy. But here's a novel idea, because he goes on to talk about his favorite show, which is, what's the name of that show again? Snake Bites, and the guy Chewy, and Brian, and all them. And here's a novel idea for you. You can actually like both of them, knucklehead. We're all part of the same industry, you know. In fact, we like them very much too. I know Ryan's good friend, the owner guy, he's good friends with Brian, and we were on their TV show, I think, with our albino tegus. So next time, why not just watch both, or don't watch ours at all, and especially don't make comments about Moody Booty. Anyways, for your sheer bravery, we're gonna give you some free calcium this week. Guys, thanks for watching 20 Minutes Underground. Thanks for loving your pal Moody Booty. And I'll answer you, or I'll pick new comment winners next week. Make sure you guys leave us some comments this week. Thanks again.
Welcome to 20 Minutes Underground, our online YouTube reptile show for enthusiasts like you. That's why you're here. This week's show is on two of my favorite lizards in the whole world, Cayman lizards and Rhino iguanas. As you can see in some of the videos, as you watch, they're some of the coolest animals in the world. Rhino iguanas are some of the most impressive. When you see an animal whose head is like this and he's got these big giant bumps on it, you always remember the first time you saw a Rhino iguana. And Cayman lizards, as you'll see, they're going to be huge in the industry, especially now that we know how to take care of them and feed them and all of that stuff. Enjoy the show. I wish you well. God bless. Wuss. Well, right there you're looking at pretty much my favorite animal in the whole world. That's a Cayman lizard. They're South America, from Peru and Guyana. There's a couple of different species. There's Caymanensis and Guyanensis, I think. That is an aquatic tegu. Acts more like a cayman or a alligator than it does actually a tegu. It's a fully aquatic tegu in the wild. Now look how we set the cage up. Now it is winter, so he's going to be a little slow moving. It was summer, it'd be hot by now, but look how deep the water is. And in the larger cages that we house the full-grown adults, there's even deeper water. And sometimes we keep the water moving. Really cool that they could actually swim. They'll actually sometimes sit in the bottom of the water and look like they're dead. They're like this, and my lizard's dead, and you pick them right up. He's all dirty. He wants to give me. Now look at him. He's got the ridges like an alligator. He's got a gorgeous Kelly green body. Again, he's dirty, but look at his red head. Sharp nails for climbing so that they can live in the bushes and the trees right above the water. Yet they swim like, I'm telling you, better than an alligator. I don't know about better, but they swim great. Now, a few years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, these animals were $1,000, $1,500 a piece. And what sucked about it is when you bought them, they all died because nobody knew how to feed them. Some people tried to feed them mice and rats and stuffed it in their mouth. Some people feed them cat food. And then some genius in, I think it was Steve Angelucci in California, he called me up, he goes, oh, I got the best way to feed these Cayman lizards. And I said, how do you do that? He goes, oh, I go to a local Chinese grocery store and I get frozen snails. I said, well, he's in California, it must not happen here. So I go over to a local Chinese grocery store, little stores, groceries for Chinese people, I guess. And I walk in there and ask them if they have frozen snails, and lo and behold, they got this plate. It's about that big. It's $2.50 of all these frozen snails. So I take them home, I defrost them, I put some calcium powder on it, put it in a bowl, a dish in there, and they savage it. So what turned out to be the hardest animal to keep, now it turns out to be one of the easiest animals, one of the cheapest animals to take care of. They're not big eaters, they don't eat too much, they only eat once or twice a week, and it pretty much fills them up and Look at these things. Funny thing is, we're gonna have a ton of babies due in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested in getting one of these, we're actually gonna have these available. Gorgeous animals, right? Look at that thing. Now another buddy of mine told me that they also like crayfish, crawdads. Haven't been able to find them yet. I guess I gotta find a Cajun grocery store to find them to buy them in, but Cayman lizards, one of my favorite lizards in the entire world.
What's the deal with humans? Why do they act the way they do? What is wrong with them? I really like to know. I like to open up their brain and find out what really makes them tick, you know? Because their brain look like a pea, eh? Right? Small, minute, right? Like him, yes. No, he my friend. I like him. I'm sorry, Kevin. You rock. You got metal coming out of...
I kill you.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay, that's enough time for Underground Reptiles. Time to hit myself in the balalux. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, yes, yes.
We get a lot of requests with people asking about our rhino iguanas. How our project's going and all. And when we're gonna have babies. And they want to know more information about them. Rhino iguanas are one of the most fascinating animals. From the West Indies. So why you ask why I'm shooting this? Well, first thing we want to introduce you to one of our projects, but also how it ties into the other one. This is our kachu cage. For you guys that are not just reptile enthusiasts, but also mammal enthusiasts, look at this. I always give a little for myself. Hey. Kachu is an amazing animal. It used to be classified as a primate, but it's not. Now it's in the family of podos. There's only another animal in its family. That's called an olingo. Great animals. Almost looks like a mix between a monkey and a cat, or a ferret and a who knows what. Cool looking animal. But what we do is we feed them. There's the female. Watch her. We feed them bananas in the morning, and then we feed them what's called monkey biscuits in the nighttime. Now what does that have to do with rhino iguanas? Well, it ties into the next part of our one of the favorite foods of rhino iguanas is bananas and banana peels. Watch. Now this is a couple of new babies that we got in. Well, not babies, they're juveniles now, but that's a nice male. He's actually ready to breed already. He's grown so much since we got him. Now watch how this thing, what do you think this thing likes about his banana peels? Love him some banana peels, don't he? Now people always ask, what else do you feed your rhino iguanas? Because some people see that we feed the rhino iguanas meat. And we've actually gotten a couple of things, oh, that you're feeding your iguana too much protein, blah, blah, blah. Now, baby rhino iguana, especially the young adults like these, it's very important that they get about 30 to 40% protein in their diet. So we'll feed them super worms, we'll feed them chicken gizzards, chicken hearts, they love them. And one of the other diets that we feed them is, come here, I was gonna show you. Is monkey biscuit. This is this is an animal protein biscuit. It's almost like dry bread. You soak it in water, it breaks down. And rhino iguanas and kinkajous absolutely love it. And it's super healthy for them. We use it almost as a staple diet, as a matter of fact. Give him a bowl every 2 or 3 days. He's almost done with it now. Here's a little female we got. She hopefully next year will be his mate. We've got those things less than a year. And then my buddy, who everybody always asks questions about. This is Rex. My kids named him Rex. We've got Rex probably 15 years. Rex is my pal. Rex is the reason anybody would want a rhino iguana. He's about the coolest animal God ever made. Come here, buddy. How you doing, Rexy? He's like a big dog. You want a banana peel? Rexy, open your eyes. What's the matter? Somebody told me, a good friend of mine who told me that Rexy was a Puerto Rican rhino iguana. I forget the name. Cyclura Mona Island. From Mona Islands. I don't remember the name. I don't know how to tell the difference. I'm really not that hip with them. I only know how to take care of them well. And again, we've done pretty good with him. Although I tell you a couple of interesting facts about rhino iguanas. They mate real rough. I had one female we called Zeta. I had her for about probably 8 or 9 years, and every year he just beat the snot out of her. I had to put her in and take her out and take her out and put her in, and he was just so tough on her that eventually he killed her. Now we got some babies at her and we raised some of them up and sold a bunch of them, but we had to get rid of them. Rex's favorite food also is he loves plums. Matter of fact, the first time my son ever got bit by a lizard at all was when he was 3 years old. And Rex bit him because my son had a plum in his hand, and we walked into his big walk-in cage, and I told my son to drop the plum, and he didn't want to drop his plum, and Rex, in biting the plum, opened up his finger. That was his first experience. What's the matter, Rexy? Rexy loves his bananas, he loves his chicken hearts, he loves his chicken gizzards, and he's great. When my kids come in here and play with him, they pull the grass and they feed him. Yeah, I let him walk around the yard sometimes and he'll eat the grass and the pieces of food, and he'll kind of hang out with the dogs. He thinks he's a dog, I think. Rex needs a manicure. Sometimes I'll just sit here and I'll pick the skin off of Rex. And I'll give him a big hug and tell him I love him. I love you, Rex. Now everybody wants a rhino iguana. Here's the thing though, I'm not gonna have rhino iguanas probably till September, October. It's gonna be close to a year. 8-10 months we're every year. We don't even have eggs yet. But we do have another female I want to show you guys. Get out. Come on, leave me alone. I can't play. He wants me to stay and play with him. Stop, I gotta go. Yeah. Mangiare. Eat. Doesn't like to be messed with. Rex is kind of a guy on his own mission here. Now the female we just got for him, I got a video of him beating her up. Because literally the day I got her, I threw her in a cage and he kind of, I don't want to say raped her, but he raped her. She really hasn't settled in yet. We've got her a few months already. And she just doesn't seem to calm down. Now she's just starting to eat the food, excuse me, that I feed her. You see her? Nice big 4-foot female. I'm just trying to figure out exactly either how to calm her down or to get a food that she really likes. Oh, look at this. Talk about hanging out in the wrong place. This lizard hung out in the wrong place and got smushed. It happens to the best of them. Hey, screw you. Screw, sorry. Well, rhino iguanas come from the West Indies. That whole base of islands in there, from the Cayman Islands all the way down through Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and in Dominican Republic. Even Haiti, I think, has a Rhino iguanas. Great animals, very rewarding pets. You got to put the time into them. But remember, you don't take care of them like you take care of a regular green iguana. Totally different animal, totally different diet. I hope you enjoyed our trip with our Rhino iguanas. God bless. Since my dog too died, the new executive overlord is Us, my black boxer. See how he watches everything? He sits over and watches everything in case you have intruders. You know, things like brown nose or raccoons. He makes sure he chases them all out. And if God forbid a possum or a possum on the half shell, otherwise known as an armadillo, crawls in the yard, Us, you ready to eat something? Us. Us. No, don't get up. It's okay. Am I interrupting your nap time?
Thank you guys for watching 20 Minutes Underground. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's segment with Cayman lizards and Rhino iguanas. Usually after a segment, we have people that respond to it by asking, hey, is that available? Is this available? And for those of you guys that have been watching, you know some Martagas won't be available till the summer. Rhino iguanas, the same thing. But, good news, Cayman lizards are going to be available. In fact, this week, they will be available to you guys. We're actually already starting to take deposits on them. Baby Cayman lizards just hatching out. So make sure you guys, if you're really interested, give us a call. Sometimes if you post a comment on YouTube asking about that, or even through Facebook or one of the social medias, it's not as easy to get back to you right away. But if you always call, very easy to get back to you. Now I want to answer real quick the question of the week from last week. We were asking about your favorite TV personality and who you like. And I know that I also get a lot of comments, me personally, about why we tend to joke around or goof around or hit each other in the nuts and stuff like that on the videos. And I know some of you guys are big fans of like David Attenborough and some of the other people that are real serious about what they do. And it's not that we're not very serious about what we do here, but we like to incorporate comedy, man. It's what we are, it's who we are, and we've seen a lot of positive feedback. One of the reasons why we do it, and what made guys like Steve Irwin and Jeff Corwin really popular and famous, is that they were able to bring in people that weren't necessarily interested in reptiles before or exotic animals, and that's what we're hoping to do as well. You know, we don't want to just reach out to the people that know everything there is to know about reptiles and amphibians, but we also want to be able to reach out to people who never heard anything about them. So that's why we do it. That's why we will continue to do it. And I think that's what makes some of those TV personalities or show personalities really great. Now on to this week's question. I actually had an opportunity to talk to a buddy of mine on the phone this week who lives out in California. He is a frog breeder. And he was informing me that they were trying to sneak in some legislation to outlaw turtles and amphibians in the state of California completely. And he said that a group of guys were able to band together and get out to a meeting and to try and head it off before the legislation went through or before talks went through or manifested into anything. And it made me think about how quickly this industry can go away. I mean, literally overnight. And I asked him, well, what would you do if this legislation went through? This guy breeds Pac-Man frogs, right? Pac-Man frogs. He said it would shut him down overnight. My question for you guys this week is, what if overnight? What if real rapidly some legislation went through that hindered you from owning pets or breeding the animals that you love? Would you continue to do it even though it was illegal? Would you stop and just do away with this hobby that you've invested in and love so much? Now, we're not condoning illegal activity. There are certain things that are illegal and should remain illegal when it comes to dealing with certain animals, especially endangered or dangerous animals like venomous. There should be some regulation. But amphibians, turtles, you know, you guys make the call. Tell us, comment this week, please. Let us know if it became illegal to own the pets that you have and love. Would you still own them? Would you still breed them? Would you still continue to work with them? Or would you fold up shop? Let us know this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Underground Reptiles. Oos.
It's a Prius.